you just abandon any precaution. You know, folks, something could happen here, and if it does, so what?
Hey friends, welcome to Nathan for Us, a Nathan Fielder fan podcast. My name is Kelly.
And hi, I'm Megan.
And we are back once again to chat about The Curse. We are on episode 4 of season 1, and this episode is called Under the Big Tree.
Yeah, I guess it ended up being under a small tree, but
yes,
very weird plot point, which I guess will go down in a few minutes, but the weirdest of tangents.
This whole series, I feel like, is just not what I expected at all. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just not what I had thought it was about. And it's definitely less spooky than I was expecting.
Yeah. It is uncomfy, which can be a spooky thing.
Yes.
In fact, it might be the spookiest of things, is to be slightly uncomfortable.
For a whole hour. I think that's the real magic, is it's quite a long episode and you're kind of just very uncomfortable the entire time.
Yeah, I feel like that's every episode though. And I watch these alone, and so I'm just alone and uncomfy, which might be better. I don't know.
Yeah. It's good atmosphere, I think.
Yeah.
I do think this is a good fall show. I'm hoping it gets more paranormal.
Because it's spooky season?
Yeah, I think there's no love plot point. So I feel like that's summer, you need some sort of love plot point, or at least some sort of romantic subplot. I feel like in winter you need something a lot more joyful. And I think in spring, I'd say you kind of need a combination of both. But in fall, you can get away with just weird.
Was Dougie's date not the most romantic date you've ever seen?
It was
What
something.
do you mean? Whitney and Asher are so in love.
Yeah, just an absolute Hollywood couple that we're seeing with Whitney and Asher.
She just wants the viewers to see what she sees in him.
Which is apparently making an insane face and sound at the comedy class that he took.
When you're supposed to make no noise.
Yeah.
And then there was that weird plot point where we thought Dougie was hitting on Whitney. And then I don't think that went anywhere.
No, I do think, and we'll get to it, I do think that there's some unresolved sexual tension between Dougie and Asher. And I don't know if this is
because he bullied him and Asher didn't realize.
When they were alone together, you didn't see any spark whatsoever. Nothing.
I didn't see a spark. And I'm mad if there was one. If there was one and I missed it, I'm going to be a little mad. But I didn't see a spark.
I'm not saying this is actually going to happen, but I'm saying there's a particular energy between the two of them.
Does Dougie know what Asher is working with?
I don't
Does
think
he know
so.
the cherry tomato situation?
He does. Remember the nickname from the earlier episode? So he does know about the small cherry tomato situation.
And how did he see that?
They were on swim
camp?
team. Yeah, and they were in the swim team together.
Yeah, but just because you're on swim team together doesn't mean you know what someone's genitals look like.
Those guys are all getting naked in front of each other 100%. I saw so many dongs when I was swimming. Everyone's just hanging dong. People just
Why
get changed.
Did you see the dong?
Because people just get changed on deck all the time.
That's not normal. That can't be normal. Men just whipping out dongs at the pool.
Just so we're clear, these are not men. These are children.
Yeah, but that's also weird. Unless you're really young. What age is the age that you stop whipping dong out?
Guys
it's 4 years old.
Guys get changed on the pool deck because it's easier and they're lazy and the change rooms are gross. So they'd have a little towel and be trying to get changed, but sometimes the towel slips. Also, those swimsuits
you
often
were just
tight.
Peeping?
No, I was just standing there. They'd be talking to you and getting changed.
I don't understand your swim team.
I promise this is a universal competitive swim team experience.
I don't think everyone has seen all of their teammates' situations.
Not everyone's, but definitely like more than 3.
3 is too many. 1 is too many. Is there not a coach who's like, there's change rooms?
The coach has a lot going on.
Like
He's
what?
not paying attention. He's got to be watching the swimmers.
I thought everyone was done swimming.
No, this would be like in the middle of a swim meet.
Okay, this is the most
We're really in the
inappropriate
weeds.
Sport.
We're really in the
This
weeds
is
on
more,
this one.
Frankly, this is more on topic than we normally are, because at least we're vaguely discussing. And Dougie goes
true.
swimming later.
He does go swimming.
He is not trying to reveal some information about himself to bond with another person, and then has an old man swim by to deter the conversation. And I was really hoping that would happen.
Yeah, I really want to talk about like Dougie's wardrobe, and like the swim trunk choice with like the kind of Guy Fieri flames was very bold.
Oh, okay. So I just, I love Guy Fieri, as do you.
Yes.
Just an American hero.
Just don't tell us who he voted for. For the love of God, I don't want to know. Like, I'm not here to discuss that today. I've lost too many heroes.
I just want to go to Flavor Town. I really can't handle this news. And I watched him. Suddenly he's doing a podcast circuit. I don't know if he has a new show coming out or something. I've been like saving it. And he comments, like the clip I saw from it is everyone saying, oh my gosh, the flame shirt's so iconic. You must love that. And he's saying how there's so many bachelorette parties who go and see him and are at his restaurant like every single day. There's at least 4 bachelorette parties and they're all in flame shirts. And he was saying that there was one promo photo ever that had him in a flame shirt, and he never wore it on the show any other time. He took one photo in it, and that's like his signature piece now.
That's
which is
so
iconic.
Rough.
It's so
it's like a Mandela effect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I want to believe it's the only, like if he was a cartoon, that's the outfit he would wear every day.
Yeah, like I think Celebs on Sandwiches has probably done a Guy Fieri in a flame shirt on top of some sort of sandwich.
Yeah, I feel like I need to know what sandwich he was on.
Probably like a hoagie. I bet. Okay, shall we get into the episode a little bit?
I guess.
If anyone is unaware, we've been talking about this at the beginning of all of our episodes. We are on YouTube now. I saw one comment from someone who apparently like organically found us on YouTube. So shout out to you if you have somehow found us on YouTube. We have a whole backlog of other episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, we have almost 60 other episodes of all of Nathan Fielder's work. We have podcasted about every episode of Nathan for You and every episode of The Rehearsal. And then during the curse, we decided this is when we need to be on YouTube.
Yeah, an interesting time. But
yeah,
we are back in Dougie's car, in Dougie's Mustang.
Yeah. This was so fucking weird. What the fuck, Dougie?
I was so not expecting the reveal of like how this all happened. Like, so
yeah,
we have this setup. He's in his Mustang. He's parked kind of in like this desert, desolate area. And there's 2 other cars near him. There's like what looks to be a G-Wagon and then some sort of BMW. So like nice cars. And he has written on his hand, "Under the big tree." And this is so just mysterious. I'm like, what are we doing here? Is this some sort of thing tied to the casino? No, nothing to do with the casino this episode again.
Why would it loop back? Why would it be connected?
Nothing to do with the HGTV show. Literally just like Dougie on some sort of soul searching journey.
Well, at first you're like, why are there so many cars? Why don't you have your car keys? Because he gets the call from HGTV to tell him that, you're getting your show. His phone dies and he goes to, I assume, plug it in and realizes he does not have his car keys. So now he drunkenly gave himself a scavenger hunt to do. So he must have been drinking.
Yes.
Because he had to write himself a note to look under the big tree, and then also goes and looks under multiple trees and cannot find what he's looking for a few minutes. But he has allegedly left himself a scavenger hunt, which I think in normal circumstances would be a very funny thing for drunk you to do to sober you. It's like
Yes.
you get drunk and set up little games for your future self, which could be very funny if you genuinely don't remember it. But considering what we learn later of how much he remembers, I guess, throughout the night when he's talking to the kid's mom, I'm like, why did you even need to write yourself a note? Like, why was this so difficult? So he finally finds the tree. It is the smallest tree, which is funny. So he thinks he's a straight up comedian, and digs up these car keys, which are super weird.
Yeah, and he has the names on the car keys as well. So seemingly we're like, okay, we know who these 2 cars belong to. I do want to say, like, you're a big scavenger hunt fan, but I'm surprised that you didn't like this plot point. Was it just the fact that it was Dougie? Was it him calling this place fucking disgusting, even though it was just like outside?
Okay, I think a scavenger hunt needs to be more than you getting drunk and leaving your keys somewhere and writing yourself a note. If there was like, now he does have to go to these children's houses, which I guess is the scavenger hunt continued. I think if it weren't children involved, like high school kids involved, this could be a fun little bit. Like, it would be way funnier if he ended up being friends with some of the casino guys, or, oh, he's on his second date, got drunk again, and this time he's left his car keys here and got his date back home a different way and is like, oh, I'll watch our cars. I think we could have pulled it in there in some way. I think scavenger hunts become less fun when there's like underage children involved who are drinking around you, a lone adult man, right?
Yeah.
That's the only part that kills the scavenger hunt.
It's so icky.
It's weird. It's really weird.
We just like, I keep wanting Dougie to redeem himself. I said this also about Whitney last episode. Like, I want Whitney to redeem herself. Like, I want Dougie to redeem himself. And it's like every episode, I just learn more about Dougie. And I'm like, oh, you are more of a mess than I thought from last week. And also, like, maybe a worse person.
Something is happening.
Something ain't right with that man. That's all I have to say.
Something's freaking happening. And I do like that he was resourceful and he wrote a note on his hand. I don't understand how he was able to plan out the time he's going to drop off these kids' car keys to their house.
Yeah.
How they got home, who picked them up, why he is watching their cars overnight. Like, why can't the kids come back and pick up their car with their keys just the next day? Why does he have to bring it to them?
Yeah.
Because he's not even bringing the car. He's just bringing them the keys. Why couldn't they have just taken their keys but left the cars and then gone and picked it up the next day themselves? Like, what is a strange man showing up at your house really doing?
I think, clearly, like, this plan was not very well thought through by Dougie or these kids, Wyatt and Calvin, I'd say.
Yeah, because I think Dougie was like, oh, you have to leave your car keys with me if I'm going to let you drink and buy you booze. So I guess maybe they were just going along with it. But very strange.
Very strange. While he's searching for the keys, he also finds, like, a piece of broken pottery, it seems like, that he takes and puts in his pocket, which we come back to kind of at the end of the episode, but we don't learn anything else about that other than that it seems, again, mysterious.
Now, this part I like. Fun little pottery slice, fun little rock, fun little shell. Like, I'm all for finding little treasures like that. When you find like a kid's car keys with their name on it and a time, like, that gets spooky.
Yes. Just a weird scene. A weird scene
vibe
altogether.
Weird vibe. But very exciting. The show got picked up Flipology?
Flipanthropy.
Flipanthropy?
I think it's actually
Flipanthropy?
fliplanthropy, but like I don't
We're
know if
in,
that's just my
baby.
subtitles are saying it wrong.
10 episodes. So really exciting
Yes.
for everyone. Asher and Whitney get to cash in on those houses when the neighborhood gets lit.
Yes. You know, Asher and Whitney are very excited. Asher in particular is very excited. He's telling Martha from HGTV, you know, you'll be seeing a lot more of us, but G-rated, of course. But Martha has a small tweak to the show. She doesn't want them to focus as much on the people who are being displaced by their developments, which does upset Whitney slightly. I'd say that she immediately kind of switches gears and is like, well, it's fine. We'll just push the environmental aspect instead. Like, she clearly mainly just cares about the show happening. I think the main thing we want to talk about with this whole little scene is obviously Asher's dancing and air guitar, as well as his choice to put on a cowboy hat. Yeehaw. How did we feel about Nathan's new look in this scene?
I have a Mars distraction. If you have not met Mars, this is my cat. She hangs out with me. So, the cowboy hat, why does he own that? Why is it just around the corner? Why?
What do you mean? You don't
And
have
then-
a cowboy hat just around the corner? Like, come on now.
I
He lives
don't.
in New Mexico, right? I think that's where this show's set.
Does everyone have a cowboy hat?
I feel like New Mexico, like, you're getting a cowboy hat. You, like, move into your house and, like, your housewarming gift, like, they're throwing you a cowboy hat, baby.
Yeah. I think air guitar is a fun response to getting good news. I don't know if it's so fun and funny you need to dictate that to the other person on the phone to show that you have personality.
Yes.
But like clearly Whitney thinks like, oh, this is hilarious. The network is going to love it. If they could just see him playing air guitar right now, they would know how hilarious my husband is. And all of the people watching would know he's so funny and full of personality.
Okay, have you seen the clip of Nathan Fielder where like someone spotted him in the street and kind of like said like, Nathan, you're the man or something, and he like did this air guitar routine.
No.
Like he kept walking and like played air guitar. I'll post it on our story after we put up the episode.
Wait, that is funny.
So
that would be
now
funny
that
to
I've
see him walking down the street doing it.
Yeah, now I'm like, oh, was he calling back to this show that like not a lot of people watched? He was like, this is for the real ones who've watched The Curse.
Maybe. Yeah, we've been missing out this whole time. We didn't know.
I do feel like we should start incorporating more air guitar just into our everyday lives. Like maybe there is a place for air guitar.
There's like air guitar championships and competitions, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Should Nathan be entering them?
Do you have to play real guitar to be good at air guitar? Like, do you want to hold your hands on actual notes, or is it just your enthusiasm that counts? What is the scoring system?
I'm no expert. I do feel you probably need a combination of both. Like to me, air guitar, I'm thinking that it would be almost like Drag Race, where it's like when you're lip syncing for your life, it's not necessarily the person who lip syncs all the words correctly. Like sometimes it's just the vibe. If the vibe is right, then you can survive. So I wonder if the air guitar competition is similar. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they actually do score them.
Yeah, you must score.
It's like, are you realistic enough? It's like you played the wrong note on your air guitar.
Yeah, because obviously you exaggerate. You're not just like, I don't know if you can see my hands, but I also don't know how to play guitar.
I was like, I don't think you did any hand motion.
I'm holding Mars and playing a mini air guitar.
Tiny cat air guitar.
Tiny cat air guitar with no guitar experience other than I liked Rock Band, which again is just buttons. Which would be my preference. Why don't they make it with buttons?
The guitar? instrument the guitar? Why is it not just Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero. At concerts, should they put the Guitar Hero thing up for you to play along? Like, would that be a fun interactive thing for the audience to do?
It would be pretty funny. I think it would be a little distracting, but also like I would enjoy it.
Yeah, because it's not making real noise, so you're not
Yeah.
bothering anyone, but it's like a fun thing to follow along with.
Yeah, it would be cool, but then when people start bringing their air guitar or their Guitar Hero guitars, and it'd be like a nightmare for security.
It's like that, what's it called when you're at a theater and it's like the D box, like the D box, where it's like, we're going to shake your chair and we're going to spray water in your face and there's going to be smells and stuff. It's like you can be in the concert. Like, we're going to shake the floor and you can play along, and I don't know.
I like the idea of like going to a concert and it's like D-Box. So I don't know, you're seeing a cover band and they're playing like Rock Me Like a Hurricane, and there's just like high winds. Like you're getting sprayed with water. Oh,
fully immersive.
Immersive concert series. I don't know why that's also the first song that came to mind, but you know.
I think it worked. I think it's the one that you really wouldn't want. Like, if it's a nice day out, do you really need to get sprayed with water at a concert? But like, I feel like you illustrated what you wanted to. And if it's a really hot day, it might be nice to be in a hurricane. Like, everyone else is sweating and you get the little mist. I think it'd be funny if it was just one person doing the job. They have like a spray bottle and a fan. They're just like,
oh man, it'd be perfect.
They're working hard.
This is a great business idea.
Yeah. If you want to go to a concert and feel extra immersed, hire us. Buy us tickets right in front of you to blow in your face.
We'll be there. We will be there.
We'll get the song list ahead of time and we'll come up with fun little prompts and things to do. Maybe we'll bring you some costume changes.
Oh, I like
some perfumes.
An audience costume change would be wild. What would you do if you're performing on stage and you look out into the audience and someone in the audience was doing a quick change? That would be really throw me off my game, I think.
Well, it's like they respect the concert so much. They understand the range of your work and that sometimes you need a different outfit depending on the mood. And
so true.
You're willing to put in that time. And maybe you were a swimmer in high school and are comfortable whipping it out,
whipping your dong
quick, doing a quick change. You bring a little towel and you do a sneaky little change. Suddenly the whole concert is a new mood for you. Do you have an outfit that you wear like when you're really happy or really sad?
Me personally?
Yeah, you're the only one. You're the only person here, Kelly.
I thought it was just like a general question to...
Does one have happy outfits or sad outfits?
I don't think I have like a happy outfit. I definitely have my outfits that if I'm like, I just want to be comfy, I've got, you know, the number one pair of sweatpants that are doing a lot of heavy lifting. But how about you?
Yeah, I think when I'm like real down bad in the blues, like I'm not getting out of bed, so maybe my pajamas are my sad clothing because I'm not getting dressed for the day. Yeah, I don't really wear jewelry, but when I'm like really going out, I'll like throw on like a necklace and it's like, wow, I'm really doing it today. Ooh,
who is she?
Just a little sparkle. Really going all out.
We're so off topic, but I did just want to say I looped
it back to the bathing suit thing, which to be fair was also not on topic. So we didn't even get back to the show. All I wrote was, this was very weird. I don't like it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Those were my notes.
One more concert tangent. I went to the Weekend concert.
Yeah. You
like
got
not too long ago.
Incredible tickets because of your job.
Yes.
You're just
very random. Just randomly was at the Weekend concert. And there was like this big gold statue of like a naked lady, and she had a big dump truck, and she is right in front of me, and her butt was facing me, so like I just was staring at it, and I was so confused, like, who is this woman? Is this like his muse? Like, who is she? And it
It's
turns
the
out
androids.
she's just called Sexy Lady, and there's no meaning. She's just a giant gold sexy lady, and that's the meaning.
Is it C3PO? Like,
No, it doesn't, like, it is the same color, but
but way
it doesn't
sexier.
like beep boop bop bop or anything. It just like spins in circles, and the whole concert
Slowly
experience.
flashes everyone the booty. It's like, and you get some booty, and you get some booty, and now the booty's over here. Was it evocative?
It got the people going. It really was. The whole experience is a little confusing. There's also all these women in like red coats, like red giant capes, who like their faces were covered. It was giving very Handmaiden's Tale,
Yeah.
and they just kind of like walked around, did some dances. Anyway, it was still a fun concert, but I was like, maybe I'm just not a big enough Weekend fan, so I didn't quite understand.
Our future AI overlords would see that and be like, oh, the Weekend respects how sexy we as AI are? Or would they be like, we're not your object?
Yeah.
With this
my
anger,
culture. My culture is not a costume. I'm honestly not sure. Like, she was a sexy robot, so I guess that's good. I don't know.
But would you want to look at that booty again?
I think I'm good. The one time was enough for me.
You got your fill. I'm just jealous because I haven't seen it. I feel I'm lacking this in my life now.
I'll send you some pics. Maybe I'll put them on our Instagram story so people can see the sexy lady.
Okay.
Okay, so back to the episode. We kind of see Whitney and Asher. They're reacting to the news. They're very happy. And one thing that Asher mentions is if they should wait to list their Juniper Lane property until after the show airs, because if they do that, they're going to be able to make more money. So again, everything's just about the bottom line with Asher and Whitney, as usual. And this is also where Whitney floats out this idea that Asher should do a corporate comedy class. And she's like, you're already so confident and funny off camera, but maybe it would help with you on camera and your on camera persona.
Is there a good way to tell your spouse to take a corporate comedy class for your show?
Like, I don't know why she was so dancing around this. I don't know why she didn't just say, hey, you should take this class. She worked so hard to try and kind of not just say like, oh, I think you should take it. And I feel like Asher probably would have responded better if she had just suggested it in a much more direct way.
Can you blame the network? Could you say like, hey, the network signed you up for this class? And I think to spare feelings, you just go to. You say, hey, the network wants both of us to go to this class. I'm so excited to go with you. This will be a fun bonding experience. I don't think in any situation you can be telling your spouse that you don't think they're funny enough. And maybe it's because it would literally ruin me if someone was like, I don't think you're funny enough for the show we've just been picked up for, that clearly they liked it enough. I think it could be helpful, but maybe it's helpful for everyone rather than one person being like, oh, I don't need this. I'm way funny enough. And it is you who needs corporate comedy in your life. And is corporate comedy even funny?
Okay. I literally was just Googling, like, is corporate comedy classes real? And I couldn't find anything. Obviously, improv classes are real. And you can hire someone to come and, like, do kind of like a corporate event for you. But yeah, I've never heard of a corporate comedy class. And I don't understand what industry you'd be taking this in.
I think it's just, like, PG humor. Like, how to be respectful and funny. Because they were talking about making sure the show is G-rated, right?
Yeah.
So
So
maybe
is it like you work with a guy who is inappropriate and you're like, okay, you need to go take the corporate comedy class to learn to like not be making these weird jokes.
I think if you're inappropriate at work, they're not sending you to a corporate comedy class. They're not like, you need to, like, you're so funny.
You're so close.
You're so close to being so funny. You're just being like really inappropriate to people in the workplace. So we're just going to rechannel that and teach you corporate humor. Like, I think it's like, hey, just fucking stop that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? That no one's response is go to the corporate comedy class.
That would be a treat, honestly. I feel like that
Yeah.
would be such a fun little outing. Do we think we're getting more corporate comedy class content in the future episodes?
Oh yeah. They have to. Although I've thought that about many tangents that they've started. I'm like, this must continue. Also, if I keep looking down, it's because Mars is like rolling around everywhere and I can't not look as it's on top of me. But yeah, I'm shocked we haven't been back to the casino. I'm shocked that there's not way more supernatural stuff happening. I'm shocked Asher wasn't caught with his really poor social engineering to spill Gatorade all over that nice man. Where's the reporter? Where's that girl Dougie went on one date with? They seem to like each other and he's just swimming alone and wants Asher to hang out. It sounds like there was probably someone who wanted to hang out with you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying maybe Dougie has a little thing for Asher.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Okay. But
I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, look, I'm not going to say cheat on your wife, but it would be a fun plot twist.
It would be. It would be one that we didn't see coming.
I take it back because Dougie would not be a good partner.
No.
No.
He literally killed his wife.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't his fault. He was cursed.
Weird deflection. He really learned his lesson. Now he's getting the teens drunk and taking their keys and drinking and driving and blaming a curse.
Yeah.
This is really taking responsibility for your actions.
I think Dougie has not been to therapy, we can safely say.
Yeah. Someone would have told him this is not it. This is not how you respond to the situation. Imagine going to her family and saying, I can't believe this happened to me. I was cursed.
I think you don't open with that. I think like seemingly he's kept this buried deep down inside until he told Asher this episode. I think he's probably not leading with the curse, but
maybe. That's how you get beat up, right? Like that's the level. If you say this to someone that killed your kid or killed your sibling, they're like, oh man, if only I wasn't cursed.
Yeah.
I think you're throwing hands. That's a crazy thing to say.
This is my new excuse for everything, though. It's like, oh my God, if only I wasn't cursed. Like, oh, I was cursed. So annoying. I hate it when I get cursed.
That's today forward. That is how I respond to all things I 100% am at fault for.
Yeah. No responsibility.
No.
Just like, I was cursed. I don't know.
I was tiny cursed.
Yeah, famously tiny cursed. Okay, so we do get a new character in this scene who is Maria, and she's one of the neighbors from a few blocks over. She's come over to tell Whitney that Victor, who's the guy that we saw, I believe, in maybe the first or second episode, he's accusing the neighbors in the area of stealing his packages. And Maria's really upset because Whitney had explicitly promised that any new people moving in would be really respectful. And Victor's just kind of stirring stuff up, clearly implying something about his neighbors who are at a different income level, seemingly, than he is.
Okay. Maybe I'm missing something. But this seems crazy to expect from a developer to go and be like, oh, the person you sold this house to, you need to go and manage their behavior. Like that,
Yeah.
I'm like, that can't possibly be their responsibility. Like, this doesn't happen in any city, does it? Other than, the only thing I was thinking of is like those really fancy Disney ones where they're
Yeah.
like, we are a perfect home and definitely not a cult. And we are all the same. Where I feel like they really vet people now.
Oh, okay. You mean like the
Like
people moving
Celebration
in?
Town or something.
Oh, okay. You're talking about like people moving into the
Yeah.
cities. Okay.
Yeah. Where
Celebration
like I feel
Town.
like they really micromanage who lives there.
Yeah.
But this is just a house in a city. Like, no one would go find the real estate agent or the developer and be like, hey, that person who moved into the house, you said that they would be nicer to us. And they're complaining that their packages keep getting stolen and they're blaming people in our neighborhood. Like, one, it probably is someone in the area stealing the packages. And yeah, it's probably not you. And you can be upset that he's saying, like, oh, it's someone here and probably someone you know. But that can't be Whitney's responsibility to fix. And also, he has a camera right at the door. Can he not figure out who it is?
Well, I think he had on the flyer a picture of someone, but it seemed like you couldn't really tell who it was. Like maybe they were wearing a hood or something. I do feel like I understand where Maria is coming from because of the fact that like the way Whitney's presenting herself is that she cares so much about the community and they're really trying to not inconvenience any of the people who already live in the neighborhood. They're trying to like integrate the new people moving in with the old people who already live there. So I see where Maria would be under the impression that Whitney would care about Victor kind of stirring the pot like this and implying that the neighbors were stealing the packages. But to your point, like, yeah, this is not really Whitney's problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Whitney's going to get involved because she just can't help herself. She like needs
Yeah.
everyone to think that she is the best, most amazing developer, the best designer. She's the most, in touch with the people in the neighborhood. She's just trying to create this harmonious life for everybody who lives there. So that's obviously why she feels that she needs to do something. But it's a very weird situation for both of them, I think.
Yeah, I think I would much more likely go to the neighbor who's getting their things stolen if they are leaving notes on my property and just say, like, I'm so sorry your things are getting stolen. Like, I promise you it's not me. I hope you find your stuff. But please don't think that it's me doing this. Rather than going and finding the developer and saying, you have to go talk to him. He's stirring the pot in the neighborhood.
Well, it seems like he also doesn't want to talk to any of the people in the neighborhood because even when Whitney goes over to see him, he's like, "Oh yeah, everyone's been so welcoming," and he's very like sarcastic about it. So I feel like maybe he's just been not super kind to the neighbors, and that's maybe why Maria went to her. But again, this is all just kind of conjecture from like the 5 seconds we get of Maria talking to Whitney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the rest of the neighborhood's super close and they all know each other and he's a real outlier and is also in like a very different house from everyone. It really sticks out. He's clearly a techie guy, buys expensive things, can leave a $7,000 oven outside.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So Whitney decides she's going to go talk to Victor. She needs to find her hat before she can go out there. Her very specific, like, knitted bucket hat, it seems like. And this is really where I was thinking about her.
I really like this hat.
You like the hat?
I love the hat. I think it's so cute.
Have you found it yet?
Hat? No.
No, I don't hate it. I don't hate the hat.
You can. It's okay.
I don't hate the hat.
You're like, I love it.
It was more just she was so aggressive about like, I need my hat.
That is me sometimes though. I have this one brown toque where like I get really grumpy if I can't find it. So I understand, but I think it is very funny how she like almost like skips through the neighborhood, goes like talks to
Yeah.
all of the neighborhood. Oh, how are you? Like acts like she's been there forever. Like every single person's her best friend. When there's multiple people she's never spoken to before, like she's talking to the one guy saying like, oh, I know your wife and how are you? What a beautiful day it is. Like, oh, I am sunshine. Like you're
Yeah.
welcome. You're welcome for being here and bringing such joy to the neighborhood.
Yeah. She thinks that she's a Disney princess.
But at least you're trying to be friendly.
Yeah.
Like, why not go say hi to the neighbors?
I found the hat if you're interested.
I'm a little interested.
Okay, let me pull up. I think I found it.
Should we be Whitney and Asher for Halloween?
Oh my god. I don't know what I would do to be Asher because you obviously have to be Whitney.
You could put like a little cherry tomato. You could glue it to some shorts.
Oh my god. Okay. The hat is the James Pierce Parachute Poplin Bucket Hat.
Is it even still for sale? This show is a few years old.
It's currently sold out, at least in the color I'm looking
Tragic.
at. It's $210.
What the fuck?
So
Maybe I take
Canadian.
it back.
It's 125 American.
The currency I use, that's not a discount for me.
Yeah, well, there you go. If anyone's interested in purchasing the James Pierce Parachute Poplin Bucket Hat, it does seem to be out of stock, but you can get on the wait list. So there you go.
Okay, got to get on that wait list or learn to knit.
Yeah,
Before,
I mean, it was
before October 31st.
I thought it looked knit, but apparently it's poplin, which is just cotton.
Oh.
Okay,
I mean,
but
I don't
she
know
also
how to make stuff with that either.
she's also wearing like a Greenpeace t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if it's in this scene or a later scene. I just feel like her whole wardrobe, like all of the choices have been so on the nose for this type of character.
Mm-hmm.
I think the wardrobe department has done such a great job with her and kind of she's always trying to showcase that like, oh yeah, she's wearing a Greenpeace merch shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So she cares about the environment, but then also she's wearing a $125 bucket hat.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Birkenstocks. Love flip-flops, you know.
She
Gotta
looks
go
good.
skip through. She looks good.
She looks good. But yeah, so we see a couple of the other homes, and then we also see Whitney getting to Victor's house. And we learn a couple of things about Victor pretty immediately. He's wearing a Seinfeld shirt, and he's listening to some kind of bro-y stock podcast. What did we think about this? Because I think our first impression of him from the earlier episodes, we didn't really know much about him.
Yeah, I don't really remember much about him from the other episodes. He seems like a big nerd, has lots of money, seems like a tech bro. I think, you know, you want to be nice to your neighbors and you would hope that he would care, but I guess from his perspective, he's saying, I keep getting robbed. No one's being nice to me. I was going to ask you to ask Colin if what are the computers called that he ordered?
Alienware.
Yeah, are they good computers? If you're ordering a computer, would you make sure that you have to sign for it so it's not left outside?
So Alienware, at least I don't know if this is everywhere, but it's owned by Dell. So in Canada they ship Purelator. Colin sent me all this info, which sucks. So Purelator won't leave a package at your house ever here. You have to sign for it. So it wouldn't get left in Canada at least, or at least in Toronto, which is good, but also annoying because like every time they leave the slip, it's very far away. But yeah, kind of random that he had his laptop stolen.
Yeah, it seems like when you've had multiple packages stolen and you're shipping an expensive computer, I mean, you don't want to take responsibility. No one should steal. But
yeah,
if this is a pattern that's happening, make sure you're there. Make sure you have to sign for it because now you're out a bunch of money. But yeah, it just sounds like it was just a very tense conversation where they're both pretending to be friendly and like they really get along. And, you know, it's like a little game of chess. Like you push a little like of what you want and the results you want. And the other big thing that we learn is that, again, he switched his oven, which means that his house is no longer Passive House certified. And
Yes.
frankly, those houses are built for induction ovens. And Whitney wants to make sure that he's doing the proper venting if he brought that in. And I bet this comes back around and that he did not do the proper venting.
Oh, you think the house is gonna like burn down or something?
Yeah.
That's a really good prediction.
This
I
man did not
co-sign.
vent. He did not vent his house.
This man does not know shit about venting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot because we had seen in the earlier episode the guy testing the house with the gas. Now
Yep.
I understand why we saw that scene. It was because later we are going to get this gas situation. So yeah, maybe the house is going to blow up or he's going to...
Yeah, there's going to be a problem.
Something bad is going to happen to Vic. Now we're on Vic watch.
Yeah. Vic's not long for this world, I suspect.
Yeah. His $7,000...
Although we keep thinking people are going to die. I don't know why. There's no reason anyone should be dying.
It's because it's called the curse. It just feels like curse to me implies something really bad happening. Something way worse happening than there not being chicken in your chicken penne.
Okay, but, you know, you have certain dinner expectations. And when those aren't met, it can be horrific.
Traumatic, even.
Traumatic. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Whitney's super upset about the stove, especially because it's $7,000 and he didn't even try to resell it. He just left it outside sitting on the curb.
I can see how if you're putting out a show about being environmentally friendly and like this is a very specific certification you need on your home for that to get taken away when you were going to continue featuring the home supposedly, and now of course they can't. And I mean, she didn't want to and Vic didn't want to be a part of it anyway, but it is an issue.
Yeah.
You know, and again, what they're saying is you can't force someone to run their home in a certain way, but if it's for a show, maybe he should have had to keep the oven for a hot minute.
Yeah, I mean, I see his point. Like, he's like, I bought the house, so I'm going to make it the way that I want. But it also does beg the question, like, why did you buy this specific passive house?
What was
did
the
you
point?
Like, it seems like maybe he just bought it for the clout or to, like, make himself feel better. But, yeah, I'd be interested to also see, like, the inside of his house. Like, how is his house decorated?
Definitely.
I'm dying to know.
Yeah. So we also see a scene with Asher where he is seeing if he can open and close their version of like those food deliveries where previously the chicken vanished from his penne. He's checking to see how easy it is to open and reseal the meal because his thought process is still Nala came and literally stole the chicken out of his pasta. And while this is going on, he's listening to a podcast about gold stocks, which is very funny. He's very like cartoon duck villain in this moment, like mad about his chicken and listening to how all the prices of gold have doubled and have increased. So I feel like we're going to see some gold at some point. I think we're going to find some treasure.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Asher is into anything to get a quick buck. I'm sure Asher was all over like Bitcoin. I'm sure he's all about the blockchain. I would be shocked if he doesn't own some NFTs. Like, he just seems like that kind of guy. Asher's crazy for this.
Yeah.
Like, Nala's how old do we think? Like 8? 8 years old?
At most.
She's not sneaking into your house and opening your things.
And taking the chicken and then resealing it and putting it back.
Like, come on. What a heist that would be.
It'd be so funny, though, if she was.
It would be a good bit. It's a great prank, to be honest.
Frankly, Dougie, I bet if anyone actually was, like, doing it for real and like, heisting this and was playing a big prank on him, I bet it's Dougie because he got the footage. Yeah. Although he wouldn't have known that was her curse because she didn't even say it until recently.
Yeah. No, like clearly Nala's magic,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but we'll get into that in a bit. Um, we go back after this to Dougie, and this is kind of where we find out about the fact that Calvin is the owner of one of the cars and that he's a teenager. And the story that we learn is that Dougie was outside of the high school, I assume, lecturing all the kids about drunk driving, telling them about how his wife died, and then offering to buy them alcohol, but taking their keys so that they're not going to be able to drive.
Yeah, I was a little confused for a moment about if he was invited to the school to do a talk on drunk driving or if he was just outside yelling about it.
I think the second. I think he was just outside yelling about drunk driving.
And then apparently he, I guess, again bumped into these kids at the LCBO where he claims that they were asking anyone who walked by to go in and purchase them alcohol. And he agreed to it if they give him their keys so he can monitor them and make sure that, oh, if these kids are going to get drunk, they're not going to do something stupid like I did, which is an insane decision to make.
Yeah, for everyone who's not in Ontario, the LCBO is the liquor store here, but he was
Oh,
outside of a liquor store. Our Canadian is showing.
oops.
The SAQ if you're in Quebec. um but yeah, so this whole thing is just like very bizarre. The whole interaction.
So weird to get mixed up in, especially when you clearly got a DUI. Like
Yeah.
to legally even involve yourself with illegally purchasing alcohol for minors and then like hanging out with them while they drink? Or did you just take their cars and keys and they went off and drank? How did they get home? Why would you write down their names and numbers and hide their keys if you're supposed to be the responsible one? He hid his own keys, which I guess you would assume that he got hammered as well. So was he
Yeah.
drinking with the kids? It's just all a very weird situation for him to put himself in willingly.
Yeah.
Like this seems like the complete opposite of what you should be doing with your time.
I also, until like the beginning of the episode where we saw Martha call Dougie, like up until that point in the past couple episodes, I had been thinking that maybe Dougie isn't actually a TV producer. Just because he seems like such a mess. He has all these problems with the drinking and possibly the gambling, and he made that weird show about the guy who was in the apartment fire.
The burn victim.
The burn victim.
Yeah.
So it just like I was a little bit dubious about the fact whether or not he was actually a producer, but it seems like he is since Martha did call him. So she clearly just doesn't know about his extracurricular activities, I guess.
Apparently he's difficult to get a hold of, so we don't know how many days even the project was greenlit, and he's supposedly waiting there for this news.
Yeah. Yeah. Questionable if he's good at his job or not.
Yeah, he wants to do all these like crazy reality show plot lines, which I think you were saying HGTV has some. Some weird sexual tension, unnecessary tension, I suspect.
Yes.
So maybe he's on to something with these like crazy plots that he wants to travel down, but that seems a lot more like a Bachelor producer.
Yeah.
Although he did produce a Bachelor type show. So
Yeah.
maybe that's where he's getting his inspiration from. That project did not get greenlit though. So, but he wants there to be more spice in the episodes. He's not feeling that the environmental aspect is enough. The wholesome community vibe is enough. He wants drama.
Yeah.
Which does not seem like it's the project they greenlit. Like,
No.
they probably have a lot of input. So him wanting it to be completely different. He also lies to Asher and says that it barely got greenlit and they really have to step up and do a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that convo as well. But we see Asher visiting Abshir and the girls another time. And he brings over a bag of pantry items that he had been taking out of his own pantry, which Abshir is a bit confused about. Like, as he had mentioned before, he works at the grocery store. So he doesn't really need all of these random items from Asher. And this is when Asher also quizzes Nala on the different types of pasta.
Yeah, he's interrogating this small child.
About like what she calls penne.
Which is probably the reason he went there in the first place.
Yeah. He's
He, like,
obsessed with
doesn't-
the curse.
He doesn't care that much about the mold test. He's like, I really need to get Nala in a room and ask her why she fucked with my penne.
Yeah. Oh my god, the mold test is disgusting when he cuts into the
So
ceiling.
gross.
Yeah, Asher cuts into the ceiling and a bunch of like sludge falls on him basically. Very nasty.
Mm-hmm.
The girls clearly are not interested in interacting with him. He's trying really hard to endear himself, but it's just not working. And then he kind of brings up the curse to Nala, and Abshir gets a little bit upset and then asks Asher to go talk to him about something outside. And so at that point, Abshir's like, hey, can you stop bringing up the curse thing? Like, she was kind of obsessed with it, and she was obsessed with these curses, and she's filling her head with all this kind of stuff, and we don't fuck with that. Where I'm from, which is apparently Minnesota.
Yeah, Asher with the zero self-awareness. After this conversation where it's very clear why Abshir pulled him aside, is like,
Yeah.
oh, what did you want to show me? He's just like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And also, like you're giving him free rent. He hasn't paid
Yeah.
rent in a few years. He works at a grocery store. He's buying what he wants to from the grocery store. He doesn't want your weird random pantry items of food he doesn't even normally cook.
Yeah.
So just a weird situation. But the biggest ick I got was when Nate was like, or sorry, Asher was like, oh, you can tell your teacher Uncle Asher helped you make this.
Oh my
when he was
God.
talking about like the petri dish of mold.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's bad. It's just like leave them alone. They just don't want to be involved with you.
You're supposed to be their landlord, and he keeps trying to be their friend to find out more information about the curse. It must be really weird as a parent to have someone who chased your kids down the street,
Yeah.
has had multiple weird interactions with them, keeps showing up and is like over talking to them. And I think in some cases you can see that as friendly, but like when you barely know them, being like, oh yeah, you can tell your teachers I'm Uncle Asher. It's like, you don't know their family.
No, it's so bizarre. I also feel like back on the pantry stuff, kind of exactly what you said. Like, again, he brings over all this stuff. He doesn't know anything about them. And he's just expecting that, like, oh, well, I'll just give them all of like this random stuff that we don't want, which is, you know, it's one thing to donate a bunch of food to a food bank, because at a food bank, people go in and they choose generally what items they want to take. Like, you can't just give people random shit and expect them to be so grateful. It's like people want to make their own choices in life. Like, you can't just be forcing yourself on them. And I feel like this comes back later with the chiropractor thing. When Whitney's at the chiropractor and she wants to pay for Abshir to go to the chiropractor, it's like, Whitney, probably the issue, he doesn't need to go to a chiropractor. Like, it's probably just his job. That's probably why his neck hurts. Or maybe he needs a new bed or something. But you haven't even like talked to him about any of his circumstances that have led to him having this neck pain. You're just assuming like, oh, I'll just send him to the chiropractor and then he'll be so grateful and thank me.
Now, it is weird to make a medical appointment for someone you don't know.
So weird.
You also have a bias here. You hate chiropractors and would think that this is a nightmare. Whereas if someone made me an appointment, I might be like, oh, it is kind of nice. I don't have to pay for this appointment. My neck does hurt. So there's I feel a tiny bit of bias where you think chiropractors are like the devils.
I don't think that, like, I have no personal issue with chiropractors. Like, I think chiropractors are really nice people. No, like, I know people who are chiropractors and they're great. I just personally would never go to a chiropractor. I personally would not go to one. That's just me. I'm not a doctor, though. I just have a degree in public health.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see if he actually goes to the chiropractor. I guess we don't know 100% that is who she is sending. I think we're all just assuming it's Abshir, because
Yeah, it
who else is she
definitely
making
is.
this appointment for? If
And
she made one,
she's
yeah,
assuming he doesn't have insurance, so like it's definitely Abshir.
yeah, because it would make sense if she was making an appointment for Asher, but
Yeah.
you don't know him really.
Yeah, these people will do anything but have like a normal conversation where you get to know these people to learn anything
maybe
about them.
Ask, be like, hey, there's a
Yeah.
chiropractor I really love. Is that something you'd be interested in? It really helped with my neck pain. Would you be interested in going?
Yeah. I did think it was funny when Abshir was like, yeah, we don't fuck with that where I'm from. And then Asher's like, oh, where are you from? And he's like, Minnesota. Like that was incredible
very funny.
writing. That was very funny.
It was very good. I mean, frankly, all of this is incredible writing. I just like, if the goal of the writing and like the camera angles, the shots, the music, if the goal is to make me uncomfy, like you've done it.
Yes.
And they have some very funny moments this episode too, which there's not like so many laugh out loud moments. Like we started with Nathan For You, which is a very funny show. And then the rehearsal was like a little less funny, but had some great moments. And then here we are with The Curse again, where it's more of a vibe.
Yeah.
Where you're just like...
just vibing out, baby.
Where you're just like, oh my God. I just want to talk to people about it. But this was like a genuinely funny moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It almost feels out of place.
Yeah, especially when Asher said, oh, what did you bring me over here to show me? I was like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Like, please.
Come on, my guy.
Act like you've been here before.
Yeah,
act like you've talked to someone ever in your life.
A tiny bit of self-awareness.
Yeah. After this scene, we also see the scene with Whitney back at the offices for her passive homes. And she's asking her assistant if she had talked to Fernando recently, because basically Whitney is uncomfortable with the fact that Fernando is bringing a gun to his job as a security officer. And she kind of asks her assistant to talk to him in a very roundabout way of being like, well, it's making us uncomfortable. And her assistant's like, no, it's making you uncomfortable. Yeah. But like, I'll talk to him for you.
Okay, this gave me the most bad vibes. As I am concerned for everyone's well-being. Okay, you cannot ask him to be a security guard in America and then give him like zero protection of any kind. And her specifically asking him to not bring a gun, like it is going to come up that they need someone with a gun, right?
Yeah, or like he's going to get beat up or something.
Something's going to happen where he has no self-defense because of this conversation and you continuing to insist on it. It's going to come back around. Vic's house is going to explode. Fernando's going to get beat up.
Something is happening. Things are happening.
Things are happening.
The casino storyline will come back.
Yes. They installed the lights, so you stay. The scandal.
Yeah. Again, like Whitney won't even actually talk to Fernando. Like her assistant's like, oh yeah, I had like a really long conversation with him. He's such a nice guy. And it's like Whitney can't even just suck it up and be like, hey, it makes me a little uncomfortable that you brought a gun. Like, yeah, you're supposed to be his boss.
Or say like, what are your reasonings for bringing it? Are there other like defensive items I can provide for you? Do you want like pepper spray? Do you want like proper clothing? Like, how can I equip you to feel comfortable in your job that I have asked you to do? From being a barista to now like the security guard of allegedly the sketchy area that gets like all the crazies out at night.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, still on Fernando watch for sure.
Do you think they just keep planting these little situations where we assume the worst is going to happen and then nothing bad happens and they just keep doing this to us?
It's definitely possible. I could see it. A Chekhov's gun, honestly. This would literally be a Chekhov's gun. Yeah. I could see that being the way they're writing the show. The only thing is, like, this is the 4th episode. I think there's only 10 episodes. I feel like we're a little far into it to be setting up so many things for there to be no payoff from any of it.
Maybe he installed the venting really well, and then he befriends all the neighbors, and
Yeah.
Fernando decides he doesn't need a gun anymore to feel safe in his hometown. And it's like, you know what? These are a lot of my friends. And he talks to the people at night, like person to person, and they come to an understanding, and, you know, there's no danger.
Yeah, famously in America, one thing people are good at is just talking it out and coming to a non-violent understanding.
Of course, yes.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that. But yeah, so after this conversation, we see that Asher has gone to Vic's house and he's gonna take the induction stove.
I mean, fair. From the second they said $7,000, I'm like, someone needs to go get that oven.
Yeah. Okay,
now,
but like
where you lose me is Asher being unwilling to do anything to actually get it.
Yeah, he does zero work. He's making his friend Freckle, again, another new character, Freckle.
Incredible name. Such a cutie patootie. Freckle.
Great name. Where did he find Freckle? I'm like, is this another casino guy? I don't think we've seen Freckle before.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Did he hire him from like TaskRabbit? Like, where did he get this guy?
Now, I'm no expert at lifting random ovens from the streets to the bed of a truck.
Yes.
But you shouldn't be pushing it. You should be pulling it, my guy. No?
Yeah, and like you
gotta pull it up.
I don't know why. If you're pushing it, like I feel like you need a second person.
Yeah, you gotta pull it up. And I say this with zero authority on the matter, and maybe everyone listening is like, that's way worse. But it really seems like that's the way you're supposed to do it. And especially if you're one person.
Yeah.
And if you care so much about this oven, hire a second person if you're not willing to be on camera. Far before you pull up with a truck, you should be well aware of where the security cameras are on this house. You guys built this house.
I will say, like, if this were Nathan Fielder and not Asher, we would be seeing, you know, prosthetic. We would be seeing costume. We would be seeing distraction for the camera.
A balloon in front of the camera? Yes.
Yeah.
But maybe we would see our friend from the movement, our bodybuilder, come and do the dirty work for him.
I don't think he's our friend
of the show. Person who was on Nathan For Us, who we have discussed before.
Not our friend.
Us? We have no friends.
We don't know him at all.
Friends? Never met him. But, like, who are the strong men in the Nathan Fielder universe? Anthony Napoli could move an oven, I bet.
Yeah, the movement guy. I feel like those are the main ones. I remember there was the episode where he was on bodybuilding forums a lot as well.
Like, he just looks like he has like dad strength, you know, like he maybe doesn't go to the gym, but he's a force.
I mean, unfortunately, like Jeff from the rehearsal could probably have moved that stove.
Show muscles. I would trust.
You think so?
I would trust Meredith to move something far before I would be trusting Jeffy boy.
I think Meredith would have like a better plan. Like she would like use physics to figure it out.
She'd map it out. She'd execute. Jeff would do one thing wrong and then blame the first woman that walks by. He'd drop the oven and then pretend it wasn't on him.
Yeah. Yes. Well, the oven does get dropped and it breaks seemingly. And then they just drive away.
Glass pane. But Asher bailed on this plan very quickly.
Yeah.
He wasn't very thoughtful again. If this was Nathan Fielder, we'd be covering the cameras or we'd be hiring a second person. There would have been a little bit more thought into this. But we get a sloppy execution. We don't get the $7,000 oven. No profit. But thankfully, I assume he now has gold somehow.
I feel like also there's like, I don't know, at least in my neighborhood, if someone leaves something like at the curb, that's just fair game. So I don't know
Yeah.
why he's so stressed about taking it.
Maybe he thinks it's embarrassing for him to go and get the oven, but you're the one who picked out this oven, or you and Whitney. So you would
Yeah.
actually like it and would want it. And I'm sure you could even just ask Vic, be like, oh, hey, let me take that away for you because you don't want it. Like, please let us know if there's anything else in the house you'd like our help getting rid of. Like, you can
Yeah,
just
it
have a
is.
conversation with him. That's your friend. He's helping you get a discount. Like, you know this person. Just say, like, oh man, I didn't realize you didn't want that oven. I'm so sorry. I love this oven. Would you be okay if I grabbed it?
It is also like kind of rude that Asher's like, we gotta take the $7,000 oven back when like literally anyone else probably in the neighborhood could use the oven.
Yeah, although I guess no one went to take it. And allegedly, the house is getting robbed so often that
Yeah,
you would think someone would have picked it up by now, but maybe they don't know how much the oven is worth.
probably.
The point is, this was unnecessary.
Yes, if it was Nathan, we would have gotten pizzazz, we would have gotten some style behind it, and instead,
And we would
the
have
oven.
gotten profit. We would have
Yes,
gotten that oven lickety split, no problemo.
and we would have been putting people's ashes in it and cranking that baby up as high as we can.
I don't think it would get hot enough. I think at max it's like 500 degrees. We need a
I
pizza
guess
oven. We need a pizza oven for the people burning.
we do need the pizza oven for the people burning.
Mhm.
Okay, so we see the oven is left. And then this is the scene where we get Dougie and Asher, where I think they maybe have a little energy.
You just like it when people bully you, I think.
I just want two boys to kiss, okay? I don't know. I'm a feminist.
You're like, things that I love. 1, giant gold women with big booties. 2,
Two.
boys who used to get bullied, or a boy who used to bully other boy, resolving, smooching a little.
It's called Friends to Lovers, okay? It's a
Is
bestseller
it,
for a
was it
reason.
enemies to friends, friends to lovers? I think there's lots
Yes.
of jumping points.
I think that's the perfect special sauce. Like enemies to friends to lovers is like my ideal.
What's your favorite romance trope? Like how do they start? How do they end?
I mean, I love a friends to lovers. I love a forced proximity. I love it
Oh
when there's
no,
only one
there's
bed.
an inn.
I love it when there's only one bed.
The air conditioning is broken. It just keeps cranking it out. It's
Ugh.
so cold in here.
Nothing is more like I'm like yes, like blowing air horns like "Grr, grr, 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 grr," but it's like me at 11 p.m. and I'm like lying in bed and they get somewhere and there's only one bed and I'm like yes, let's fucking go. That's my Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, maybe that'll happen. Maybe we're waiting for it.
Have you've seen, obviously, actually, I feel like we've chatted about it in various group chats, but there's a Hallmark Buffalo Bills romance movie coming out.
Okay, I'm sure you're very excited about that. My new Super Bowl, that's your Super Bowl, is the Bills Hallmark movie. Mine is there's a bird watching one, which I've decided as of like 3 days ago that I'm very pro bird watching. It's a new discovery.
I think that's based on a book too, isn't it?
Not a clue. And maybe we can talk about it in like our, like there's the regular tangents and then there's like an extra, like we're just talking about other stuff bit we'll get to. The most incredible, well edited bird watching, I would call it a documentary that was on YouTube from just this 2 bros who decide to get super into bird watching for a year. And it is incredible. I was so into it. And then I think because I watched it, I was advertised this Hallmark bird watching like love extravaganza, and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
this must be mine. I must watch it. I am dying for all the bird puns. But the world of bird watching is insane. Like, it is so competitive. It is based on
Oh.
how many birds of different species you can see within a calendar year. So the whole game restarts every single year again.
I
And
do
it's like
love
this
that.
big competition. And bird watchers can spend almost $200,000 a year in travel chasing down birds. There's this one couple, and I don't remember anyone's names, but there's this one like elite couple who are at the top of the game, who are crushing it year after year. And they have to have a pact where if they go somewhere to hunt down a bird, because someone will post that there's a rare bird in this area, and they'll travel for a full day to get there. They'll like book a plane ticket.
Oh my
And
God.
they have to go to the bathroom together at the same time, because if one of them saw the bird and the other one didn't, like the dispute that would happen. So they have an alliance where they both have to see the bird for them to count it,
That's
because they're a
wild.
team. Because if one of them was in the bathroom when they saw the bird and then it left, like, oh, what? Now your spouse is going to
Is
be
winning.
number one?
Do
Now you
people
two
like
are pit against each other?
do people like sabotage each other? Like, I'm just thinking, like, I'm out here, I spot the bird, and then I like throw salt water in someone's eyes so they like can't see the bird. Or like
No.
I grab their glasses and throw them on the ground so they can't see the bird.
That's assault. Assault. But no, I think they're all posting and they're kind of helping each other out, but are also in
Okay.
competition. And then there's all these things that are like frowned upon. Like if you can make the bird sound with your mouth, everybody loves it.
Okay.
If you are playing it off of your phone, a lot of people frown upon it.
So there's like etiquette. There's like bird watching etiquette.
Which I don't think it's like you cannot do it. It's like frowned upon. And then you have to submit photos to this app that keeps track of it all. But people like the guys that this documentary follows, it's the only video they've put out. They're like incredible. I was like, what else is on this YouTube channel? It's just this. They spent a year doing it. And I think one of the guys is like a videographer and had to put out a few other like reels. But this is really the only thing that's on their channel.
It's their magnum opus.
They spent a year. Yeah. They traveled around in a van for a year, slept in the van, would get up, would be chasing after birds when it's half dark, trying to spot them, trying to get photos of them. I think it counts if you hear the bird or if you see the bird, and the bird has to be alive.
Oh.
You can't see a dead bird, or you can't like shoot the bird or something like that.
Oh my God.
It has to be alive. There was a situation where someone traveled to see a bird like far, got on a plane, and right before they got there, a different bird ate the rare bird.
No.
Here, let me find the name of this.
So upsetting.
I put it in the doc.
Upsetting. I
wanted to talk about it. I was like, I just need to tell you to watch this documentary. Here, let me find the name of the video.
I needed to bring up Mr. Fantasy the other week, and you needed to bring up bird watching. Like, this is just how it goes sometimes. Occasionally, there's just something that it can't be contained, and we need to discuss it.
Yeah, I can't be contained. So, a glimpse into extreme bird watching. Owen Reiser, Reiser. Look them up. They're just like the two broiest guys, so laid back. They're just like, we're going to get super into bird watching this year and tell you all about it. The one guy is a great artist and is drawing little pictures of the birds that they found. It's very wholesome. It's just a lovely time. I had a great time watching it and just kept saying like, this is really well produced. This is really great. So maybe Dougie could take some tips.
I mean, we don't know how Fliplanthropy will turn out in the end, right? So maybe he's doing a good job. I just have a suspicion that he is not, because, you know, he's seemingly drinking maybe on the job.
Oh, he is most certainly drinking on the job and is buying minors alcohol. And, I mean, I guess we'll get to that part, but is telling people he's a video producer?
Yeah.
Why would you tell the angry mom that?
Yeah.
She's gonna find you.
Yeah, I don't know why he told the mom that.
It's crazy.
But yeah, Dougie and Asher are discussing the show. They aren't going to move forward with Vic, but they are discussing two as of yet unseen characters, Dennis and Lucinda, who are going to be moving into Palmer Lane. And we learned that Asher used to call Dougie Big D back when they went to camp together. And they kind of just reminisce over some possibly Domino's pizza.
Now is a good time to reveal your nickname when we met, which was DJ Kelly Kells.
Okay, I feel like
like that was what I called you.
That was like never my choice of nickname.
You don't choose your nicknames.
Yeah.
It found you, but a large group of people called you that for like a year.
I know. I still don't really know why.
I don't know why either, but it was probably David and I who came up with it.
We were probably just underage and drinking, and that's probably how it came up.
Well, it doesn't quite make sense. Oh, it's because your name ends with a Y, because mine was Maggie B, David was Mazzy D, and we did that little like naming convention for a few people, but your name's already Kelly. So we're like, we got to go a different direction with this.
It makes it difficult.
Yeah.
But yeah, we learned that Dougie was bullying Asher, but Asher again didn't have the most self-awareness and thought that it was literally just joking around.
So then is it, I mean, it's a hard pill to swallow when you feel this guilt that you have been bullying someone and you need to address it. But it makes it worse because Asher thought you guys were joking around and were good friends and were bonded more because of these jokes. So it's just a very awkward situation. Yeah,
I definitely feel for Asher. Like, it's also tough because Dougie seems like such a loser now. But you can tell Asher really wants to impress him still.
Yeah. I would be interested to see their dynamic when they were at camp. Who else was in this friend group? Because I guess there was a group of them all kind of making fun of Asher.
Yeah.
But Asher obviously thought that he was good friends with them. Good to apologize just in case. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah. I also, we got to get into... So they start looking at the curse video and Dougie is like, you didn't notice in the video that when she curses you, it like becomes staticky, which I don't know. Does it? Like, not really. I guess
that's
it stutters a little bit.
That is all ghost hunting. That's all the ghost hunting. They're like, oh, there's this little blip. There's a little bit of static. It really means something.
Yeah.
That's all that it is.
And this is where we find out that Dougie was cursed, and there's no other way to explain what happened to his wife. And then he is so abruptly
to be clear,
we can't talk about this.
To be clear, we did not find out Dougie was cursed. We found out Dougie has made up a curse to put off blame for his blatant irresponsible behavior. Yeah,
like, I need more. Like, what do you think happened here, Dougie?
Who cursed
you? Who do you think cursed you?
And why? What if we get a flashback and it is Nala cursing him?
Then Nala is magic, for sure. Yeah. Confirmed.
Yeah. And hates Dougie way more than Asher.
Yeah.
Killing your wife versus taking some chicken from your dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also like, is Nala going to curse more people? Like, are we going to get another curse on Asher?
Yeah, I hope she is magic and does curse a lot more people.
Yeah, it'd be more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
This is also when we see the Cairo scene with Whitney, which, like, that part I think we've already covered good enough, like, well enough, but we got to talk about what goes on when she leaves the chiropractor. And she goes to like this weird, I don't even know what it is, like a religious ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
There's a neon sign that says always take the high road. I was so confused by this. I did not see this plot point coming. Obviously, something
Mhm.
else for us to watch. But what do you think this was?
Yeah, I didn't like dive in enough to figure out like what if it's religious, which religion, what is happening here. If you know what it is, please let us know. Leave a comment, DM us, because I don't know. But I think it's just a clear example of she shows up. They say, "Oh, would you like to join us?"
Yeah.
And she says, "No, I just want to watch." Where she's unwilling to put in the actual, real, tangible work to truly be a part of a community, where she's going to remain an outsider watching and then claiming that she understands and is a part of the community. Because I'm sure she might walk away from this claiming that she knows what was happening and was a part of it, and then maybe even bump into some of the people there later and act like they really know each other, but
Yeah.
she continues to be an outsider looking in and just thinks that by watching she has an understanding. Now,
Yeah.
ironically, we are also watching and don't understand what is happening, but I think that this will come back where she continues to be an outside observer.
Yeah, it's giving the art show again.
Yeah.
Which I hope we also see the artist come back. I think I said that last week, but
Yeah.
yeah, I one to watch. What the hell's going on with Whitney and this cult? Question mark.
Now that the show is actually getting picked up, because I do think that the artist also just wants to be popular and wasn't doing very authentic work. You know, she was
Yeah.
just kind of making fun of all the middle class white people who showed up to her show rather than doing art that she's actually really passionate about. She's just like carving turkey. So I do wonder if now that Whitney has this show,
Yeah.
if she is going to be more interested in Whitney as a person to push her own art career further.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely a possibility. We also will probably see those houses that we think possibly have her art in them that she did not
Yeah.
approve of.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's definitely a chance we see more of her, and I hope we do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, just a weird kind of little scene there. And then we do see Dougie going swimming. There's very eerie music playing when he gets back to his car and he starts looking at that piece of pottery again.
Yeah, I want him to find where it matches. Like, I want him to walk past whether it's maybe a part of the building that Whitney went to. I want him to walk up and be able to slot that piece in, and it would be so
Yeah.
satisfying.
Yeah, I'm like, is it a piece of one of the houses that they knocked down? Is
Mm.
it, yeah, to do with this religious thing that we saw?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's to say? I feel like there's no way to predict at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe if we were like pottery experts, but
I don't think that would help.
never know. And then we do end
It
on
wouldn't hurt.
yes, it would not hurt to have a pottery subject matter expert to
Mm-hmm.
discuss. We end on the corporate comedy class
Oh,
where the teacher is telling the class step one, the thing they're going to do first is to make people laugh with no words. And we see a bunch of people doing kind of like erratic, random gestures and pulling faces. And then when it gets to Asher, he makes a very large series of faces and he makes a lot of sound. Which, to be fair, I think the instruction was no words. So I guess sound isn't words. He didn't really use words particularly.
yeah, this was terrible. Now, did a single other person do anything that was laugh out loud funny? No. It is rough when those other things got laughs and his got no laughs. It's just an awful task to be assigned, you know?
Yeah.
It's just so awful to watch someone overthink it and be partway through and like really trying and not succeeding, and 'tis life.
Yeah, it's like when you go to a comedy, like a stand-up show,
Mm-hmm.
and the person isn't getting laughs. It is one of the worst feelings, I think. You just want to kind of crawl out of your skin.
It's a hard gig. It's a hard job to be in. But I did once like have a friend who was introducing me to some of their friends, and we all went to a comedy show together. And the jokes we were each laughing at were very different jokes. We had zero overlap of what we were laughing at. And I kind of knew in that moment, like, oh, we really don't find the same things funny. Like, we have a mutual friend, but like we will probably never be friends. Like, we'll never make each other laugh. And I thought it was such an interesting way to get to know someone, especially when there was a wide variety of comics, where it's like I was in that situation completely by accident. But I do think it's a good way to tell if you're meeting like a new group of people or some new friends or something. Maybe go to a comedy show and see if you laugh at any of the same jokes, because if you don't, maybe not worth a friendship pursuing.
Gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to be friends.
Yeah, they were laughing at like really not cool stuff to laugh at, I think.
Oh,
Although
no.
obviously the comedian thought it was fine, but I was like, oh, that's really not like not something I don't know. Just a difference of opinion.
Well, our next episode is going to be called It's a Good Day. And the description is Whitney and Asher struggle to see eye to eye in the hunt for a home buyer. So it seems like we'll be meeting some new potential buyers. I'm sure we'll see some more passive houses. And hopefully Fernando's okay for another app.
Yeah, we should see her new mosaic design. We saw someone in the passive house trying to take photos of the new kind of broken up glass mosaic, and Whitney said, don't get your face in the photo, take it at an angle, which reminds me of like anytime you ever see a mirror for sale on Facebook Marketplace just see like this random person just like trying to take a photo posing in the background is always so funny. But I'm excited to see that. And yeah, hopefully everyone lives another episode.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Yeah, I think that's everything we wanted to talk about for this week. If you want to check us out on our socials, we are at NathanForUsPod on Instagram, at NathanForUsPodcast on TikTok. You can email us, NathanForUsPodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube, Nathan for Us Podcast. I think those are all the important ones. Send us a voicemail.
This has been Kelly and Meagan on your side.